and welcome to Entertainment is Dead. We're here again, and I am wrangling this bitch. We're gonna have a little hoedown here with fucking 6 people. So, really excited about tonight.
Yeehaw!
So, I'm gonna wrangle this bitch. Anyways, all right, tonight we've got some of the regular cast. Vance is back again. He's gonna stick around for a little while, and then he's gonna take off like a bitch. I've got Arthur coming back again for the second time. Really excited to have you back. Dude, you look like you've lost some weight.
Cut bros, dude. I've been working out.
Cut brothers. We're cut brothers. I got Mandy.
Hello.
Very getting close to Baby Chuck coming along. Really hoping for a Baby Chuck this time.
We'll see. Randy let you down last time. We'll see if I can if I can deliver.
I know. It's gonna be this. I'm just gonna call this Baby Chuck number 2. But anyway, Tom is gonna be God tonight. Nobody can see you, can they, Tom?
Yeah, they can. I put my picture on there because you have 6 people, so
Damn
there was space.
Oh,
I could be God. I could just turn my thing off. I just click this button here. Now I'm gone. Now I don't exist.
Like this,
now my Twitter's gone. Suddenly I'm not on the show anymore.
Damn. You can just talk every now and again. And then our special guest tonight, we've got Aaron. He was on a panel with us last week at FANX, and
hell yeah,
really excited to have him on tonight. Lord of the Laser Sword is the website that he works. Did I say that right?
Yeah. Lordofthelasersword.com.
There we go.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what you do for them and what you guys cover.
Yeah. So Lordofthelasersword.com is kind of a general news and entertainment website. I mean, we cover everything you see at Comic-Con, right? Video games, comic books, movies, television. I mean, you name it, we're gonna try and cover it. And so that's what we do. I'm a senior writer and a news correspondent for them, and yeah, it's pretty dope. So, you should check it out.
Right, check it out. Sounds good.
Man.
I'm gonna go in there and ruffle some feathers. Is there a chat? Do you guys have like a place where I can leave comments and troll people in there?
Don't let Lance leave comments.
Don't even answer.
Don't
even
him
answer.
no. Just go and turn all your comments on the site off now.
Like, here comes Lance. Lance is coming.
Lance, you feel free to stir up controversy, because then we'll our SEO will double, right?
True.
No,
Yeah.
it'll be incredible.
Some of the best viewed articles, I think my most viewed review of all time was my 300-word review of WWE 2012, where I posted a picture of the Confederate flag and just wrote 3 paragraphs about how awful it was. I got death threats.
Oh.
But that article had 40,000 reads in a weekend because people hated it.
Damn, dude.
I think the funniest part about that is that all these people that are trolls think that they're doing this injustice to a website and slamming them, but what they're really doing is increasing their traffic.
They're paying our paychecks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of the best trafficked articles I ever wrote, I was shocked about this. I wrote an article about why some people might not like Star Wars Rebels. Oh man.
Ooh, whoops.
Lucasfilm was out for blood. It was incredible. How dare you imply that this show isn't for everyone in every demographic?
Oh
It was
man.
intense. I do like that show, but
Gotcha. All right. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna do a quick little rundown on what we're covering tonight, and then we're gonna get into what everybody's been playing. So we're gonna cover FanX, talk about what everybody saw, what was great, what needed to go, if anybody had anything that was a bad experience. But mostly, I felt like it was a really good experience. I want to announce the dickhead for last month. And then I also want to announce a new submission for this month. Also, one of our other main topics we have tonight is what makes a game worth buying. So if you guys want to sit and stew about that for the next little while, and then we're going to talk about that. That's going to be our last bit of the meat and potatoes. And then I'm going to announce our new segment that Vance, it's Vance and I, what would you call that? Our brainchild baby or something?
Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro. So we're going to talk about that. And then, dang it. There, no pun intended with
We are
that at
gonna have to
all.
play so many shitty games, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be terrible. So,
Dude,
anyways, we'll
I've got
talk
a
about that. That's gonna be the icing on the cake, as you will. So, let's go ahead and do a round robin. We'll start with Tom. Tom, what have you been playing this week?
I'm gonna
Fucking
keep it
nothing.
brief.
Yeah.
I've been playing Destiny a lot. Like something sucked me back in, and I am now almost level 30. I'm raid ready. I bought the expansion. I have killed so much Hive. A lot of that, and then yeah, a lot of Hive have died under the wrath of Tom. God, what else am I really playing? Destiny, Street Fighter, and then I've been just kind of running around on Final Fantasy VI, just getting some side missions and quests done, because it's been fun.
I want
And
to point out
and Grim
that
Fandango, yeah.
I just want to point out that you're playing Destiny right now.
Like hardcore. Like I think I've logged like 12 to 13 hours this week in Destiny.
Wow.
I went from 24 to
Wow.
30 in like 3 days. That game
That's
is.
crazy.
I love that
You
game.
know what?
Will
You know what?
teach me how?
Yes, I
It's
will.
called getting it done, son.
Dude,
Now,
I have a
doesn't the
prediction for this.
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Aaron.
Well, just doesn't the leveling system change once you get to 30?
no, once you get to 20.
Oh,
So
20.
once
That's
you get
right.
to 20, basically like you have to get armor pieces that have light ratings.
Yeah,
and
that have the light.
And but what I didn't realize is once you get certain pieces of armor, the light can increase as you level up the armor, and leveling your Vanguard helps. So I'm actually decked out in all my legendary Vanguard gear, which took me from 24 to like 27 and a half or 28, and then just leveling up the pieces of armor already pushed me a full level. So I haven't
Wow.
done any of the raids yet because nobody on PlayStation, like I haven't been able to find a group that's doing Vault of Glass on PlayStation yet. But yeah.
I know somebody who plays on PlayStation that I predict an avalanche effect of you buying the expansion. We won't name any names. We'll just call them A. Carter.
No, that's too obvious. How about Arthur C?
Yeah.
I think that's perfect.
So, but yeah, so really this week, Destiny, Street Fighter, um, Guacamelee, still rocking Guacamelee.
Damn,
Gotta finish
game
that.
is so awesome.
Oh, it's amazing, dude.
All right.
The chicken is so great.
Yes. Moving on to Arthur.
I've been playing a lot of Dragon Age,
Yeah.
and because I just don't do well with I don't play well with others, so I just play RPG for a really long time. Yeah, it's a perfect console for me. But yeah, I love it. It's so immersive. I've been playing the mage storyline, so been having a lot of fun with that.
Nice. How many hours have you sunk into that game?
I would say between the two characters, probably 20, and I feel like I barely scratched the surface. I'm a habitual like farmer for materials and side quester, so
Did you play the other Dragon Ages?
yeah.
And do you feel like this one is better, as good? Tell me how would you rate it in comparison to the series?
I would say it's actually probably better just because I feel like they had a big misstep with Dragon Age 2 focusing on combat, and I just felt like the story was a little weaker in 2, and so yeah, this definitely feels like the full Dragon Age experience. So
Okay. Yeah, because I played 1 for a while and I'd heard really great things, but I hear it's one of those games that you should play on PC just because the the combat system works better on PC.
hmm
But yeah, well, that's good to hear that. I mean, I heard nothing but good things from Jacob. I wonder, is he still playing it? You guys are friends with him on
Oh,
PlayStation.
he came back. Like Paul brought him back.
To Dragon Age?
Oh yeah, no, I was you were talking about Destiny. I wasn't listening.
Oh,
Go on about your business.
Destiny.
I'm gonna
Destiny,
continue ignoring you.
I just like to point out the fact that it was 2 episodes back. Tom was like, I don't want to hear about Destiny anymore. But now he's like, Destiny.
Paul, man. Paul was like, "Hey, man, what are you doing tonight? Like, do you want to hang out online, play some Destiny?" And then he like got out of
trying to
his
pick
That's
you
not
up?
at all.
yeah, dude.
all
Yeah, why does he
little
sound like a
sample.
gigolo or a
Because
drug
he
dealer?
got out of his rusty van and he gave me some drugs.
Like,
And-
I'll take you through the raid, buddy.
yeah, and now I'm spending all my life on it.
You're gonna get a divorce out of this? No, I'm not. No, you're not. I'm just kidding. Um,
It's
All
not
right.
World of Warcraft.
She should be
it's
so
not.
lucky.
Vance, tell me what you've been playing.
Dude, I was lucky enough to get a key to Grim Fandango from Thomas. Thank
Yeah.
you, Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't
So-
get to hear about that.
Dude, it's got all the charm that it used to have, and I would highly recommend people go back. If you haven't played it, play it. It's definitely worth the run through. And if you've already played it, then You could play it again and still enjoy it. It's definitely updated enough to where it's the same game. They didn't change anything, but Grim Fandango was a great game to begin with. So,
And it's important to
and
note
then
that
I'm
the
go
lighting,
ahead.
like on PC, I want to hear. So I wanted to ask you this when we talked about it last week, but like, cause I'm playing it on PlayStation console stuff, but on PC, like on the Vita, really, it's like the lighting is incredibly different, but the actual models and everything else are about the same. Is that how it is on
Yeah.
PC as well?
No, the PC models are really crisp.
Really cool.
Everything's really crisp. But I'm playing it on a 2K monitor, so everything comes out looks really nice. So
So,
it's
tell me a little bit about, like, for somebody who's never played the game. Like, I'm aware of the game and I'm aware of like the studio and everything. Tell me like what the premise is, and just briefly
so
describe. So
okay. So this is the Tim Schafer game from back in the day.
yeah.
When Tim was in when Schafer was in his heyday, in my opinion. Back in the days of Monkey Island, Day of the Tentacle, just these wonderful games that everybody's putting out that are point and click adventures. So if you're looking for something with tons of action, you might want to stay away from Grim Fandango. But if you're looking for a really charming story and just really great puzzles, really innovative gameplay, Grim Fandango's for you. It's got an art style that kind of comes from Day of the Dead celebrations. So it's got this really unique art style, and the voice acting is probably some of the best I've ever heard. You actually, Manny Calavera, he's the main character, he's the protagonist, and he's got some great lines. And then you run into a character that kind of looks like Che Guevara, so there's a lot of nods to
Right.
pop culture and stuff. And
And
it's just a great game.
it is, and it's. I think to add to that, there's like, it is not your conventional puzzle solving that you have now, right? They're not going to
It
hold your
really
hand,
isn't.
and they're not going to give you
No.
a lot of hints. I mean, the puzzle I just figured out, and this is my first time because the game came out, I was super young and got stuck a lot on it. The puzzle I
Hmm.
finally beat for the first time was there's this tree shaker, and you have to pick up a wheelbarrow and just roll it across these pipes in the right rhythm, and there's nothing that tells you to do this.
Oh
And then
gosh.
eventually, if you get them
Nothing
in
whatsoever.
sync, the tree will start to vibrate, and then you have to get your buddy to climb up on top of this thing and get him to spin around and break it. Like, you just have to figure stuff out. They don't give you not a lot of hints, so it's fun to kind of puzzle through it level by level.
Lance
Yeah,
would
well,
hate that.
no,
No,
So bad.
no, here's the thing: is it's not, for me, it's not about the puzzles. It's not about hating the puzzles. It's about repetitive nature, and it's about people not like thinking outside the box. And that's what bugs me a lot. It's, I can do puzzles, but it depends on the kind of gameplay. Like,
Hmm.
I'll give you an example of something I don't like, something like God of War. Like, I don't like the puzzles in God of War. I thought they're fucking obnoxious. I played through 1 and 2, I think, and just got bored. I got bored halfway through 2. I liked 1 quite a bit, but anyways, moving on. We're not concerned about that. Mandy, why don't you tell me what you've been playing this week besides
I'm
making babies?
super.
That's the funnest game.
That is the funnest game. I've been really lame, and I haven't even turned on my Xbox in forever. So honestly, like, I've been playing little kid games like Trivia Crack on my phone. So I love
What's
that
Trivia
game.
Crack?
It's basically kind of like oh my gosh, now of course I can't remember the name of. It's like um, there's tons of different categories like entertainment or sports or history or art or geography, and basically any slew of questions, and they can be super random. And you can play against your friends on Facebook or just like random people, and whoever like collects all the trophies first wins the round or whatever.
I
I'm
want to
kind
win
of
the
horrible,
trophies.
but also it's fun. It's really fun. It makes you feel kind of like an idiot though. It's like, when did World War II start? And you're like, I should know that. And you select what you think is the right answer. And you're like, oh, it's actually 1939. Awesome. I'm an
Oh
idiot.
God.
So like, like little things like that where you're like, oh, I should have known that. I might be a terrorist. But that's what I've been doing. Nothing at all very
Okay.
cool, but
Oh no, I
it's
mean,
fun.
Just
it is what it is.
focusing on baking that baby up nice and smart.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
All right, and we're gonna wrap this up with our guest, Aaron. What have you been playing this week?
Oh man. Well, I've been playing a couple of things. Lance, you're not going to be thrilled about this. I've been playing some Pokemon Heart Gold.
That's right.
It's so good. It just
Are
never gets
you?
old.
I think the only thing I mean, everybody could go and listen to the audio. We have it on our podcast feed from our little get together that we did this last week, where we did a panel. But the reason why Aaron made that comment is because I don't think I pissed off a crowd that bad yet.
I am dying.
Dude,
Oh, people.
those kids were not having you, Lance, at
Oh
all.
man,
Tom told
this.
me about how at the end of it, how basically you asked the whole group, like, which one of you, or is anybody just gonna bitch at me about about
Oh, well,
Pokemon? And like all of
Yeah.
them raised their hands.
no, it didn't go like that. So Aaron was talking about I'm gonna cut you off and then we'll let you tell this, but
No, you're good.
Aaron was talking about Pokemon and I said something like I just blasted him. I was like, I said a good game, and like half the crowd was like, oh, like they were so pissed. And there's probably like 50 or more people in there. So imagine like 25 or 30 kids that were like, fuck that guy. And they all like came up to ask questions after we were done, and like half of them had their arms folded. And so I was like, so are you just pissed off because I made the Pokemon comment? Is that like but
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, and like I totally knew you were trolling me, right? And so I didn't care. But after the panel, a couple of kids came up to me and was just like, "Hey, man, don't worry about what that guy said. We love Pokemon, like as if we're the only ones, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Like
my
my little
gosh.
support group."
There's not like
And I was
That's
just
four.
like,
funny. No, you're the only ones like I don't even know millions of Pokemon
Right,
players.
yeah,
like what was the stat? Nintendo could operate on the profits from Pokemon for 20 years.
yeah, something
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
ridiculous. I mean, it's
So,
just wild. And
Yeah.
then another thing I've been playing this week, little something else. I've been playing a lot of Skyrim
Mm.
because we
I
mentioned that
love
too
that
on the
game.
panel. And I discovered something. I never found this out. Okay, I've been playing Skyrim for like 2 years, right?
Mhm.
I never knew this. Like south of Falkreath, if you're familiar with the game, up on like a cliff is like a lady that teaches you a bunch of archery stuff.
Hmm.
And like I was amazed that I found something new on Skyrim after like 2 years. That game
Game
keeps
is
giving on. Like it just keeps giving.
it does.
it's so fucking big. Like it bought like
Love
I
that game.
that between that and what was the other one? Not I'm thinking Killzone. No, not Kill. Sorry, not Killzone. What's the one you walk out of the Far? No, not Far Cry. Fuck, you walk out of the tube, like, and you're in a desolate area after you.
Half-Life?
Oh, I can see the picture of the guy's
Oh, it's
mask.
Fallout. It's Fallout when you come out of the vault.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, Fallout. Fucking wow, murdered that. So yeah, I got completely fucking lost after I got out of there. I'm like, this game is just there's not enough direction for me.
You just
I
gotta
can't.
buy the game guide, bro.
Yeah, dude.
No, no.
20% off if you buy it with the game.
Anyways,
I heard a rumor about that.
You should play the original Fallouts if you don't think that has enough direction.
Or the original like Skyrim, aka Morrowind, because yeah, good luck with that.
Oh my gosh. Or Oblivion. Oblivion's
I hated
ridiculous.
Oblivion.
I hate Oblivion.
Hate it.
It looks really pretty for the
But it
first 30
sucks.
seconds, and then it sucks. Balls.
yeah. Oh, by the way, that loading screen for Slack changes every time. It said something about Andy's love for something after
I
back
see.
in.
Slack
So
is amazing.
yes. Okay, so we're gonna move this along. I am gonna point out one thing really quick about Resident Evil. I did buy that
Oh, that's
this
right.
week because we were talking about it. I haven't spent a lot of time with it, so we're not gonna dig very deep. But I will tell you that I think it's beautiful, and it runs really well. And I like the fact
Yeah.
that, I'm torn. You can do the original controllers if you want, so you can do the classic. Like, oh fuck, I can't get away from the zombie because I have to turn around on the fucking D-pad, and that's why the game is so scary. Is because I can't figure out how to use these fucking controls. So, but anyways, it is a beautiful game, and I've been playing a lot of A Wolf Among Us. I'm in episode 3. Great game, really liking it. That's it. Moving on. So here, first part of the meat and potatoes. We are going to talk about FANX and what everybody saw. Since Vance is crunched for time, we're going to let him go first. He can kind of add in after that. But I want to talk about what you experienced, what you did, and especially we have to talk about Princess Leia, if that's what we want to call her.
Prince Leia.
Prince Leia. I like that. So, okay,
Yeah,
you're going
Prince
first.
Leia. Oh man, FanX. I'm all about the art. I'm actually there. I'm a huge comic book fan. and I go there to see certain names. I actually go there for the art and whatnot. So I picked up a bunch of really cool stuff. Dan Dorman or Dave Dorman. If you've never seen his stuff, he's done most of the Alien stuff. Unbelievable. In fact, I also got him to sign my Tribes. If anybody's actually followed this comic book,
Ooh.
we are instant friends because this
So
comic book is awesome.
we actually bonded. I had no idea. Vance and I had no idea that anybody else actually collected Aliens comic books, and that was one of the mainstays that I had when I was collecting comics, like when I was 15.
Yeah.
So, but
And Dave Dorman is really nice. He's super chill. So hopefully he'll come to Comic-Con. Now, this is like a point I really wanted to hit on is that like for some reason in Salt Lake City, not a lot of people buy comic books. Not a lot of people are going to Comic-Con for the comics. They're going there for whatever reason. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but it is a comic book convention. Support your local artists. In fact,
So you're saying it's a bad thing.
Amen.
yeah, it's important to go and support local artists like
Oh,
Tim
yeah.
and
Oh,
you
you
know.
bought the full color. See, I've got
Yeah.
the black and white Betty above my door.
I didn't buy this, dude. He gave it to me for free because we're freaking bros. But
Oh, nice.
but that's and that's the important thing. And I think I bought a lot of stuff from Adam Nielsen or
Neil Adams.
and Neil Adams. I'm sorry. I don't know why I saw Adam Nielsen. Neil Adams. And it's funny is he acted kind of like a prick to people walking by that weren't even looking at the art. But he's got a point. I don't necessarily agree with harassing like con goers about stopping and looking at all the art, but I kind of see where he's coming
But
from.
what else are you doing on that showroom floor? I mean, it's not that big of a floor, It's
Yeah.
I mean, I think Nick, like when Nick and I were wandering around with Lance as well, I think we looked at every booth 2 or 3 times on Saturday within like a 3-hour period. I mean, you had
it's not a
time.
very big thing this year.
Yeah, and like
It was way
Yeah.
smaller.
and I think this is something, if we're gonna do critiques, like I had a blast, but one of my critiques was that some of the comic artists they had were a lot bigger than they were advertising.
Yeah, I agree
and,
with that.
Yeah.
in the fall, I happened upon the guy, and I cannot think of his name right now, but he's doing most of the artwork for the new Ninja Turtles run, and
Yeah.
Andy Kuhn, and I love his
Yeah.
work. And I found out that he was there because somebody bought a print from him. Like, hey, that's the Turtles cover. Like, yeah, Andy Kuhn selling them over there. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, he's just hanging out.
Yeah.
And so I think that's something that, it's really focused on celebrities, which is great. Some of those celebrities were super cool, but from a comic book perspective, there's a lot of great people to go see.
No, I agree. Well, and they almost focus on authors more than
Sure.
the comic book artists, which is again weird to me. But like, I love like I don't know. Every comic book again. The showroom was a little small. Oh, that is awesome. But
Isn't that sick?
oh, that is the sickest thing. I feel like I find something new every time I look at in the showroom floor. And again, the showroom was a little smaller during FanX, right? But like there's just always something new, some new piece to see or something new that someone's displaying, and like it's great because you go in and you buy like a T-shirt and they're like, hey, here's a free comic book, and you're just like, oh yeah, like it's like the best thing ever. Also,
Yeah.
there was a guy who's doing some Star Wars and DC comic stuff on canvas and like on an actual piece of canvas, right? And
Yeah.
he had this white canvas where he'd painted the outline of the new Stormtrooper helmet from episode 7, and it was really big. I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys saw it. It was like the coolest thing ever,
Was
but it was
the
like
gallery?
$300. So
Was it the gallery? Was it that gallery booth that had like all the gallery fine art posted,
think-
or was it?
that might have been it. I don't know. It was like big and on display. Like passing by, you would have noticed it, right?
Yeah.
But
And that stuff, like I'm sorry, did I cut you off? I didn't mean.
no, you're good. No, you're good.
I was gonna say, and that stuff's really hard to find online, guys. A lot of people would be like, "Well, I'll just look for it online," but that's the kind of stuff that you want to go to Comic-Con for because they're making it specifically for those shows.
Yeah.
And I just want to point out, if you're walking around with one of those shitty Chinese-made swords because you think it's cool, or if you're walking around with one of those stupid-ass keyblades, and you're not spending money on comics, but you're spending money on stupid trinkets like that are poor, that are gonna fall apart in a couple months, wake up. You're doing it wrong. Sorry, you're doing it wrong.
Well,
Yeah.
it depends on what your passion is. I mean, if someone's
Yeah,
like
no, but you can
has a
get those
huge
keyblades
wall
on-
display of knives and crap that they love, but they're gonna like buy a picture that's gonna sit on their floor and not ever be hung up. I mean, You
Or,
can't you
or
can't do like a black and white like only go by art because that's
oh
not
yeah,
what everyone's gonna buy.
Well, and
or
like
buy a $15 keyblade, that you can get online for 5.
Well, and that's the thing is you got to be smart about it, right? Like
Yeah,
again, some of those Lord of the Rings swords, those things are five
so
inches shorter than the originals, right? You don't want to
Hmm.
buy those for $150 at Comic Con, But again, if you find like I did buy a little, I feel bad. I bought a little Aragorn knife, but again, it was like $20, right? So I was like,
Hmm.
okay, that's a decent price. So again, I think you just got to be smart.
Well, and
But
Yeah.
again, I mean, the artwork is beautiful, and you've got to support your local artisans. The knife I bought was probably made in Pakistan, and who gives a crap, right?
yeah,
But these
Right.
artisans, they're from the area, they're local, right? And some of them not local, some of them came from California or who knows where, and I mean, you got to support them. I mean, it's awesome that they're bringing that art, and you want to keep having them come back. So you've got to create that environment where they can do that. So
well, and I
yeah.
think it's cool to note too. Like, I mean, my thing that I bought on the floor I'm a collectibles person. Like, I do art, I do collectibles, but my wife and I do a lot of the I don't know how to describe it. We do a lot of like I think everybody froze. Maybe just Vance froze. But we do a ton of Yep, he jumped out. So we do a lot of the pop figures, and there was a booth there that had the Stay Puff, but not the normal Stay
Oh
Puft.
yeah, it's the
But he was
angry
yeah,
one.
the Angry Bird Stay Puft, and I've been looking
Yes.
for that for like 6 months, and I was beyond stoked that I could buy that for
Didn't
$15.
you and Lucas both buy it?
Yeah, me and Nick did. Yeah, and
Or
so
Nick, that's right, yeah.
there's a lot of. All right, I get it. There's problems with the call. Thank you, Skype. But sorry, my
Skype, we
face
love
just
you.
has a big red ball ahead, big red
Yeah.
bar across my face. But anyway, the point is, like, I think this is a great opportunity to find like rare collectibles. But I do agree that like you should be checking out a lot of the local artists. The thing I learned that made me super excited. Hi, Emily. The thing that makes me super excited about a lot of it is that it actually gave me the opportunity to see how Bill Galvin, one of my favorite local artists, did one of the prints I bought from him. And I learned in his panel that he actually did a 3D model of the house from Psycho just so that
Oh,
he could
cool.
have perspective on doing the silhouette from the print.
Oh,
So,
that's
Really?
amazing.
yeah, like, and he
I
actually in his
love that.
panel pulled up the 3D models and showed everybody like, yeah, so I modeled it and then I just kind of flipped the angle around until I liked it and then I drew the silhouette. And
That's cool.
JJ, who does a lot of the Adventure Time art, he does a lot of their comic book runs, especially in Europe, was moderating, and he just kind of like looked at Bill like, dude, you're effing crazy. Like, why didn't you just draw an outline of a house? But that's not how he does it. That's not Bill's process, right?
Yeah,
He had to model it first, so it was pretty cool. But
that is cool.
Wait, so a little side note: did Vance just go on a tirade about the art stuff and then drop the mic?
I was
yeah,
about to say,
He
I was
did.
like, I hope Vance didn't
Probably.
leave angry.
well,
Yeah,
and
I
what's
I
probably
mean,
made him angry,
he
but I
made a
mean,
good point, but
and
he
No,
what's
did
it's
make
else?
a good point. But truthfully, like, I
yeah.
mean, I bought art at the con. Like, I wasn't planning on it, but I found our little booth. It was benbird.com with a Y, bird with a Y.com. They're these like pastels slash or like watercolor, but also like sketched. And they did like Disney princesses. They had some Star Wars stuff, Harry Potter, like more like the fantasy aspect. And I wasn't planning on buying them at all, but they had a really good price like going for them. You could buy 5 of them for $20. Or if you bought 2 of their bigger ones, you got a third one for free. So like I'm not anti art by any means. Hopefully that didn't come across like that. But I just, I think that trying to say a black and white, like you have to buy art pieces when you're there or you suck, isn't really very fair. Because there are some really cool like pieces of jewelry. There's some awesome like leather bound journals that and bags and stuff that my friend got for one of her kids. She got like a little leather journal thing and
Yeah, I saw those. Those are really cool.
Oh
We
yeah.
almost bought some. They were expensive as hell. I
yeah.
totally agree. I mean, some of it for me, I mean, the only thing I'm going to say about the art portion is, yeah, my thing with the art stuff is that the one thing that I really saw that I really wanted was like $250, and it's this huge Venom that's like full size poster, and it's been there every time we've gone, and I've seen it, and I'm like, fuck, I want that. And it's white background, and it's like I don't think it's watercolors. I don't know what he used, but it's like
Acrylic.
it's a splash thing, and it looks so sick, and I want it really bad, but I don't. First off, I don't have a place to put it. Second, it's a lot of money to spend. third, I don't even know if it's the actual print from the artist. So yeah, I mean, I'm very big. If I was going to buy something like that, yeah, I definitely want to support an artist. But I just want to say that I know local artists like Heather Ackley, and I've really been debating on having her actually paint me because I'm really obsessed with myself, and I want her to paint me a picture of myself on a
Paint me
buffalo.
like one of your
On
French
the
girls.
buffalo.
That's all that
I
I
want
think of right now.
with a rifle in each hand.
See, and I
No
have this
rifle,
image of
no
Lance
rifle.
like
Oh.
walking into this massive foyer if you're rich, and
Mhm.
over
It'll be
the
a foyer.
fireplace
It's
is this
me.
like strapping Lance with no clothes on a buffalo with 2
Yep.
guns, and it's like a 20-foot portrait, just massive.
Hmm.
An
I'm gonna
American
blow that
flag
shit up. I'm
waving
gonna
in the
make it. I'm gonna be
background.
like Heather, make this like I don't know, like an 18 or whatever, something like that, and then I'm gonna blow it the fuck up and make it like a full
can't-
fucking wall.
You can't blow up a painting, Lance. They're one size.
No.
They're not digital. She's
No.
not gonna like.
Can't do that in digital either.
You can take a digital photo of it and you can manipulate it, but
There
yeah.
you go. There you go.
Yeah, it'll get fucked up. All right, so Arthur, please,
Yeah.
please bring some balance to this, and by balance I mean just do your thing.
Yeah. So I actually got some art too. It's
Yeah.
Darth Vader.
I can't
We're
see
bros.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, it's like kind of all shiny. I also got Darth Maul. You can't really see him either, but
Is that the guy that had like the booth with like the blacklight stuff too? Like,
Yeah,
he had
yeah.
the black lights flashing on it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I got that because it just was so awesome. I got my Star Wars geek on. Bought some trinkets too because I love Red Lantern, and so I bought a couple of Red Lantern rings. The guy's like, "Yeah, double the rage," and I was like, "Oh yeah," and he kind of looked at me weird, like
And
I
then
was like an angry person.
Then I punched him in the
And,
face.
and then he was like, "I want to have sex with you in the back." Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, what happens there?
I thought it
stays
was a
there.
code word for. I thought it was a code word for sex. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Double the rage, baby.
All
But
right.
yeah, I mean, I had a good time. I kind of did my thing, walked around, looked at everything, and I don't know, it was a positive experience. That was my first like FanX con experience ever. So it was a
Nice.
good first run.
Nice.
All right. So we hit Vance, we hit Mandy, Tom.
Wait, I didn't tell you my awesomeness.
Yeah,
of
she's
the-
got
tell
some
us
greatness.
your awesomeness.
I do.
You're not supposed
So,
to hit girls.
so I'm a huge Vampire Diaries fan, and when I found out, when I found out that Mr. Paul Wesley, aka Stefan Salvatore, was going to be there,
Team
kind of
Stefan.
lost my mind a little bit. No, I'm actually more Damon for sure.
Because
I'm
Stefan
team
is
But,
not a dude. Stefan is a whiny bitch.
Well, because they changed his character. Unfortunately, in the books, it's like completely different. But anyway, that's a whole other topic.
She has a heart.
But
Tom.
yeah,
My wife
So-
just yelled that from the other room, actually.
that's
He
awesome.
has a heart. Anyway, go on.
Anyway, so his area, I got there right as his panel ended, and I was super pissed because I was trying to be there on time for his panel, but of course I missed it, and I was way bugged. But wandered over kind of around with one of my friends for a little bit, and then we just kind of wandered over to like the photo op areas, just not even looking for him because I didn't even think he'd be there for like another couple of hours. And sure enough, he's just like hanging out and his line was pretty short, so I just kind of freaked out a little bit and went over and was like, "Hey, I'm with Big Shiny Robot, blah blah blah. Can I take a picture?" And so they, after checking with a lot of different people with clipboards to make sure that I was, allowed to take a picture with him, I got a picture with him, and he was super cool. There were a lot of incredibly awkward people that I was laughing so hard. Every single person that walked up to him was like, "I'm your biggest fan," and he has this super fake laugh. Well, I don't know if it's his real laugh actually, or maybe it's his fake laugh. I'm hoping it's his fake laugh because it was this ha 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 kind of a laugh. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, please don't tell me that's your real laugh because that's so horrible." And he doesn't ever laugh on the show, so I have no idea what his real laugh sounds like. But it was so painful. But anyway, he was really cool. Got a couple minutes with him. I asked him if he wasn't doing acting and all that vampire stuff, what would his profession be that he'd choose? And he actually said investigative journalism, which totally threw me off. I was not expecting that at all. I thought he'd say something like directing or something still kind of in the Hollywood aspect, but he said that. So he was really cool. And then I also met Anthony Hall. He's or Anthony Michael Hall, I think is his like a full name. He was in 16 Candles from forever ago. Also, like Dark Knight, Weird Science, like bunch of random awesome movies.
VR.
Yeah, he was in tons of movies. He was super cool. I think he's also in Foxcatcher, the new one that's coming out or is out. I don't know yet. With Channing Tatum and Steve Carell. He was really cool. We chatted with him for a little while. But yeah, that was my experience at Comic-Con. I felt really like I did everything I wanted to. I got a picture with Stefan, so check.
For a second there, I thought you said you met Anthony Hopkins, and I was like, what the hell is he doing at FanX?
Oh my god.
It's Anthony Hopkins.
Not quite that cool. Oh, I did try to meet Christopher Lloyd. I tried to do all that, but his line was and also Draco Malfoy, but his line was stupid long.
Really?
Yeah, I was
met
so
both of them.
surprised.
Really? That was Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd was cool. I breathed his air. I mean, that was about it. He was nice. He was super chill. Well, the biggest thing though, I met Carrie Fisher, which was super cool.
Dude. So I heard that he was super creepy.
Okay, so I literally felt like I was in some sort of drug-induced world when I got within like 10 feet of her. Because like, okay, she carries these jars of glitter around, okay? So she takes the glitter and very like Simba-esque, like does it across your forehead, right? So your forehead's covered in this like glitter.
Yeah,
and then
with glitter on his face. That's why.
Yeah.
It's like he didn't take a bath for 3 days either.
Dude, the force was emanating from that glitter, man. I've still got some on my bag. It's trippy.
Gonna put glitter on my face, bra.
How was Draco? Was he cool, or was he a prick, or
He
how
was
was he?
Super chill.
Yeah.
I thought he was cool. I thought he was cool.
love him.
And again, I don't know, like
You wouldn't expect that behavior from a Slytherin.
I know.
I know, right?
Dicks.
I expected him to be a greasy jerk.
I actually heard him and those other guys are actually pretty good friends.
I don't know about that.
Oh yeah,
There's no way he and Harry Potter are friends.
They all
they
hang
are
out in
friends.
Rupert Grinch's ice cream truck, right? That's what they do. They drive around London giving away ice cream.
What?
No.
Very nice of them.
I don't believe that. Nobody.
That's incredible.
The only
They don't give anything away for free in England. That's bullshit.
and Rupert.
No, it's socialism, man. They're doing it.
Fuck,
No.
we had to fucking throw their shit in the sea. They don't give anything away.
That's it. We're gonna
throw some fucking ice cream in the sea from England. Anyway.
They'll call it like the English ice cream party, and it'll go down to history as like the single most offensive event ever. And it will do nothing for social justice.
Oh my God, Lance! I want to do a history podcast and have you on every single episode. we just like threw their shit in the sea and just
Let's have your girlfriend on. So
down.
Arthur's girlfriend is a history professor at the U.
Yeah.
So I would love to have her on there just so you could just like. Fuck
That's
this
not
guy.
accurate.
Fuck
that is not accurate.
No, it is. I know it is. I know.
Oh my God, we should do like history according to us, and like we will just sit there and tell historical things, and then your girlfriend can sit there just shaking her head in disgust.
I mean, I know that the Chuck's book club went down in flames, but like their whole basis for it is that I don't read, so this is even better. I don't read.
Chuck's
Basically-
history class.
What you guys are describing is our home life. Like I just come home and be like, and then slavery, and she's like, that's not accurate. That's you oversimplified it. That's
Fuck yeah, we got to do this, Arthur.
anyway, yeah.
It could be a lot of fun.
All right, we got to move on from this. So, all right. And so next we are going to announce the dickhead of the month for January.
Was there a vote for this that I didn't miss?
I actually
did you just
am
decide?
I am the person who makes the decisions on this.
Yeah, this guy was such a dickhead to take a vote.
That's true. That's
so
true.
do we really need to? I mean, we had a couple submissions. There was Microsoft was a submission for "We don't give a fuck about you," and then there was a submission from Vance that was "Sorry, bro, but can we still be friends?"
Yeah.
So
Sorry, bro. I hired you and fired you in 2 days, but we should hang out.
yeah. So I'm trying to remember his name, Vance. What's his name?
Brian Livingston of
Brian
Legend
Livingston?
Studio.
You are the dickhead of the month for January. You might
Congratulations,
be in the
sir.
running for that for the year.
It is an honor. Like, honestly, you should consider this an honor because you had to make Lance think about you 3 times in a month to make this happen.
And that's
Seriously.
taking a lot of my brain power. I don't read books, and me even having to remember your name.
So Brian
Or-
Lemmy said, we are going to throw all of your ice cream into the sea and then annex your house like Crimea. We're coming for you, son.
But
By the
I know where
way,
he lives, too.
my relatives from England are coming in April. Just like so, please don't make this happen. So, anyways, okay. So, and my submission for this month comes from Xbox Live. What do you know? That's such a coincidence that people would act like dipshits on Xbox Live.
weird.
Yeah, you know,
When did this start happening?
So atypical.
right. So I'm playing Crucible. This was 3 days ago. And I love this. You know, I find this more prevalent on Xbox than any other system is the humping. And I mean, it's funny. Like I think it's funny when you do it to your friends and whatever, you're having a good time. I kill Tom, I hump him. It's fine.
You
But
talking about teabag?
Wait,
yeah,
I have
teabag.
to be dead for you to
Oh.
do that? God damn it.
I know, right? Tom's hoping for sex.
Oh, you killed me
There's
again,
no sex in
David.
the Halo.
Oh, man, I'm dead again.
So disappoint.
So this guy, he fucking was going out of his way to be an asshole, and so I'm gonna out him on the show. Let me find his shit. His name is Jimbo Swags. If you want to look him up,
Oh,
Wow.
that's-
on
Oh,
Friendly.
What
swag.
a douchey
Yeah.
name.
Like amazing.
let me just Jimbo space Swags. He's on Xbox Live. And when I sent him, we beat his team twice in a row. It's a control match, so obviously there's an objective. And I love when people get all like, how do I put it? They get animated about things and they like start doing shit like dancing or humping you, but then they lose the fucking game because they spend so much time being an asshole. And so they lost the game twice in a row. And I sent him a little tear, and he says, "Get money." And I said, "Get your second loss. Keep parading around your loss." And he said, "Laugh money, or laugh my ass off. Get money, broke boy. Minimum wage is a joke. Life is a life game."
Did he
No,
spell life L-Y-F-E?
he didn't, but he wrote, "Life is life. A game is a game." And then apparently he had some conversation with my other buddy I play with, and he just like was throwing out numbers, like saying he makes all this money, like 100,000 is a big fucking number.
He makes all the
He gets
internet
all
money.
the money. He's a big fucking. Hey guys, just to let you know, Jimbo Swags is a big fucking
So
deal.
if you need a loan,
I-
you don't gotta
so-
pay
so-
back.
I found his
Meanwhile,
Twitch.
Bill Gates is on Xbox Live as Jimbo Swags.
He's like, "Get money," and I killed him. I killed Bill Gates and
How
over and over.
how amazing would that be if that was Bill Gates and suddenly like our whole Twitch feed goes down, all of our Skype accounts are deleted, and we're just done. Like it's all
Yeah,
over for this.
All of a sudden, my Windows is deactivated again.
Like that Simpsons episode where he comes in and buys us out. It's like knocks all of our shit over and breaks our computers and leaves. That'd be so good.
Yeah, but anyways, this guy was a tool, so
Okay.
he's my submission for February, and I'm gonna name him Get Money Bro.
Get money, bro. Yellow Swag 59. Thanks for
Yellow
joining
Swag.
the podcast.
All
I
right,
found his Twitch.
nice. Okay, so I just like to out people that are being dumbasses. So okay, all right, we're gonna move on again. We gave everybody a little bit of time to talk about or what to think about what makes games worth buying, and so. Who wants to start? I'm going to leave this up to you guys.
How much time do we have left?
We have like 10 minutes.
Cool. Continue.
All right. I got this. What makes a video game more appealing to buy? Lower price tag.
Lower
There you
price.
go.
So I'm going to go ahead and debate that with you, though, because do you feel like what's your favorite studio?
Oh gosh, probably Monolith.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Bethesda. I don't know. Actually, if I'm really honest with myself, it's probably Nintendo. But again, they don't let third-party developers do anything for them, so it's like they are their own studio, pretty much. I don't know. That's a good question, though.
But
They got Bayonetta too.
I'm gonna go back up to Monolith or to Bethesda. Do you feel like they're the quality of their games and the amount of effort that they put into their games is worth 60 bucks. Not every game that they've made, but I mean, if we're talking like say Fear at time of launch, do you feel like that game was worth $60?
I would say I don't know. I'm the kind of guy who's like, you know what? I can wait 6 months for a price decrease of 20%, right? And that's like my biggest deal. But I totally see your point. And I was being a little sarcastic with price, right?
Sure.
But I think my biggest issue is I do think game pricing is going up and it fluctuates pretty dynamically. And of course, DLC is a whole nother can of worms that is very controversial, right? And so I think for me, pricing it's a factor in that. Look, if you're going to decrease the price in you know 2 months anyway, if you're just trying to sucker all the people who want it that day, kind of what are you doing, right? Like if it's going to stay at $60 for 12 months, yeah, I'll buy it. But like, or if there's like an incentive program of like if you prepay, we'll give you like a 25% discount or a 10% discount or something, I'd be open to that.
See, what I would like
But
to see
like,
more of on that same note is like when I prepaid for BioShock Infinite on Steam, I got like a free copy of XCOM
Yes.
and something else.
yeah,
Like I got a grundle of stuff, but I think the price point is important to acknowledge where I think if a game is
Priced right.
priced
Price,
right, and I don't say,
price
and
to
yeah,
make
I think
sense.
I've said this before on previous episodes and other podcasts, but I don't think it's priced right as like, oh, we think our game's kind of shitty, it should only be $15. I think it should be priced as like, hey, you know what? This is like Citizens of Earth for the Vita that I've been playing like crazy. It's a $15 game. You get it on PS3 and PS Vita. If you want it on your PS4 as well, it's 15. So if you wanted it for all three of your PlayStation systems, you're $30, right? But this game has a ton of content and it's kind of like an Earthbound clone. For $15, absolutely, I'll jump on that. You know what I mean? But then when I
yeah,
look at like Destiny, for example, I mean, I bought the Destiny expansion, and a little bit of me felt like I was held hostage for it
Oh
because
yeah.
Yes.
I hit a
yeah,
point where like I get to this level. I'm okay. I'm 27 and a half. I want to buy stuff from Zur. Oh, it's the Destiny expansion's required. Oh, I want to go do Nightfall Strikes with Paul. Oh, yet another week where the Nightfall Strikes are Dark Below only. Oh, I want to go do this quest. Oh, it's Dark Below only. Like all of these things, I'm like, shit. I'm willing to bet if I buy this expansion, I will level up almost immediately. Sure as shit. I give them $35 to buy both expansions. I do like two quests, couple drops happen. They hand me a bunch of shit from the expansion, and I hit 29.
You know what?
So,
I want Arthur to elaborate on that because him and I had this discussion the other day, and I didn't feel like it was that bad prior to that happening. But once those expansions hit, it reminded me of
mhm.
Call of Duty 3. I think it was like, yeah, I think it was Call of Duty 3 where I bought the game, like, or no, I think I got it used or something like sometime after it come out, and they had already put out some expansions, and I went in to go play multiplayer, and it fucking kicked me completely out of the multiplayer, like kicked me out of it because I didn't have the expansions. Like it gave me the option to go in and choose it, but then it was like, oh, you don't have the expansions, you can't play, and I'm like, that is fucking bullshit.
Yep.
But anyways, Arthur,
yeah.
I really want to hear your point of view on this.
Well, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that makes me turn away from games. Like that's the stuff that gets me really frustrated because you still should be able to play the game and play with your friends and have a positive experience. I mean, if they want to add that on as extra, that's totally fine. But yeah, I totally feel like that was a bottleneck for me. I'm level 26 and I don't have the expansion.
Mhm.
And I just feel like I'm spinning my wheels. I'm playing strikes, I'm playing that, and I'm just not really getting anywhere. And so it's actually made me put the game on the shelf and not really touch it
And
again.
that's another thing. You can't do. I think to do level 26 strike playlists, you have to have the expansion.
Yeah.
And that was another
yeah.
thing. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me! Like, to do just a strike playlist at the level that is available in the original game.
Hmm.
I,
Um,
I think it was a very ballsy move to put that expansion out for the price they put it out
I
for.
agree.
Exactly.
The
Do
amount
I
of
Yeah, I
do,
content
agree.
is not worth it.
do I feel like that there is content there? Absolutely. Do I think it was a lot of content and it took a lot of time?
No.
Absolutely. But do I feel like that it's available content to everybody playing? No, because not everybody is going to get 6 people together and go through Crota,
Yep.
Exactly.
or they're not going to do it enough to make it worth it, and that sucks because like that breaks a game. And really, we're kind of getting on to what makes games not worth buying,
Yeah.
but
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 I'll
that's fine.
Hate, hate,
That's
hate,
what
hate, hate.
But
well, that's
I'll
what I
bring
do.
up
I
I'll
hate.
bring up something that makes a game worth buying, and I think I mentioned this on our panel, and I might have mentioned this previously. The Witcher 3 is doing 16 DLC packages on all platforms for free.
I love that.
That
That's
makes The
cool.
Witcher 3 instantly worth
You
buying.
guys, that just means they made most of that content already, and they're like, just give it away for free.
Yeah, but that's the thing is,
Still,
what would other
It's
studios
the
do?
symbol of the thing.
Yeah,
yeah,
because
I
most
mean, if
other
that was
studios.
Activision, they would have fucking jumped on that and made you pay
Mhm.
$30 for
I
it.
mean, come on, Destiny made
Yeah.
Destiny's already made the content and they're charging us for it. Like,
Yeah,
that's my take is that they're giving us 16 free DLC packs and they're gonna let you digest that in bites, and then if they want to start charging after that for DLC, I'm kind of on board. Or even like, I just can't believe Destiny season pass was $35. I guess that's what my gripe is. Like, because wasn't the season pass for BioShock $20, and you got three
Yeah, it was
DLC
20.
packs?
I don't
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
but we got
It
about
was
3 minutes
awesome.
left, so I
Okay.
kind of want to like round this up in like probably 3 sentences from everybody. Arthur, what makes a game worth buying for you?
A deep story. So kind of how where Vance is into the art style and everything. Like as an aspiring writer, the story is everything for me, and good
Okay.
dialogue, good story. So that's it.
Gotcha. Vance, what makes a game worth buying for you?
Really, really active online community. I've been playing Quake
Yeah.
for 15 years now.
That's great. Man,
You know,
I'm so glad I'm going last. Mandy.
For me, because I have to be a little bit more like selective in the games that I buy, um, because I don't have a ton of time to commit to them. I want to make sure it's a game that I'm going to love. So for me, a game, if it's something I'm familiar with, like a BioShock, I will buy anything BioShock, or also a deep storyline, one that's going to last me for a while that I can pick up a controller, play for 10 minutes, and still get somewhere in the game.
Damn,
So
I'm kind of in the same boat. Like a longevity of a game that is worth the money, and I think
yeah.
that's yeah, like the playability that I can get out of a game. I'm kind of in the same boat. Like I'm gonna pick more likely to pick up a game where I can play multiplayer against other people because I know that I can at least sink more time into that playing the multiplayer, and the storyline is usually an afterthought for me. But Aaron, what makes you buy a game? What makes a
Yeah,
game worth
for
buying?
for me, I mean, pretty much everything we've mentioned, but also I brought this up in the panel, tight controls. And it's hard to tell that before you buy a game, right? But you look at the reviews and you get a sense for it. So tight controls, and then again, just good value, right? Like I bought BioShock Infinite with Skyrim on a bundle 2 years ago from Walmart for $30.
Oh my
And that
gosh.
was an amazing deal. I mean,
That's rad.
fantastic amounts of content. Also, I will say this, a game has to stand on its own in vanilla without any DLC, any additional content. In my opinion,
Yeah.
it's got to be able to stand
Totally
by
agree.
itself
Good
on the
point.
release day.
All right.
Yeah.
There you have it. Anybody else want to add anything else in the last 30 seconds?
I don't. I think there's got to be. I think all of those things. Also, for me, it makes a game worth buying is if the studio has a good story, and I mean that as if they're a small studio trying to make it happen, or if they've got a
Yeah.
really unique idea. Dive Kick. I think I've bought Dive Kick 3 times because it was just a great premise for a game.
You like throwing your money at those studios that have unique ideas, right?
Yeah, I do, and I really do throw my money at them. Like I will look at
I
your
didn't mean
game
that as
and
a
no,
slam.
it's the truth though. Like I'll look at their game like, oh man, that looks like this looks like an indie studio. Like there was a studio in Salt Lake that we had on the show that had that super cool Diablo looking game that they were working on. And
Yeah.
and I don't think they're Kickstarter funded, but I threw a grundle of money at that. Like if it's got a cool story and I know that it's like a dude under his blood, sweat, and tears in the basement, or a lady like doing it in their spare time, it makes me a lot more compelled to buy the title.
Vance's game that he's
Yeah.
going to produce here coming very shortly, probably next year.
I'll throw a lot of money at that. All my
it'll
internet
probably be
money.
an arena shooter. Get
Done
ready
deal.
for a lot of frags and gibs.
Nice. All right, so that wraps up what makes a game worth buying. Now, this is the icing on the cake. This is the baby that Vance and I made together. It's a pretty baby. And it's called Come At Me Bro. So the premise for this is we are going to play games that we don't want to play. And so this is going to be a trolling train wreck. Feel free to tune into this. I will probably go out of my way to put this on Entertainment is Dead. I usually just stream from my channel, but because this is, I feel like, very, very relatable to everybody here, feel free to troll me. This is probably going to happen. It's either going to be Friday night or Saturday, and I'll try to post it on Twitch.
So can we gift you the games to play on Steam, for example?
I'm not doing all of these, but I'm doing the first one just because I happen to have it. So,
Okay.
but if you guys feel like, if everybody feels like next time we do this, you can definitely ask me to play them because that'll be painful enough. But yeah, I have a copy of Assassin's Creed over here, and everybody knows how much I hate Assassin's Creed. And I've been sitting on it for like a month and a half. I even posted on KSL for $40 for 2 games, and nobody bought it.
It's because everybody got it for free for Christmas.
I think you even tried to hustle me on that. You came by my desk and were like, "Hey man, you like Assassin's Creed?"
No, you don't even have an Xbox, but you want this. So, anyways, I couldn't sell it, and I'm sitting on it, and I'm like, and so like Vance and I were talking about this idea, and we're like, how fun would it be to just fucking troll each other when we're playing games that we don't necessarily like to play? So I've got this game. We're gonna troll me this weekend. It's gonna be really fun. I'll make sure to answer all your comments and talk about how much I hate Assassin's Creed and talk shit the whole time.
All right, I want to make a recommendation to the community. Barbie Dreamhouse Party is on Steam for $19.99.
Oh yeah.
Gosh.
Fuck you.
Yes.
If you want to make a
Barbie's-
Yes.
You guys are assholes.
And as long as we're talking about this, I've got a recommendation too. And you know what? Because I'm such a generous, kind soul, I'll give this to you. I've got a GBA game called The Cheetah Girls,
Oh.
and you are welcome to it.
Now so here's the general census for this is that we want to keep it on Twitch so we can get trolled. And I'm not against doing stuff like that, but figured out how we're gonna stream things like GBA.
You
So-
have to mod a GBA, dude. To do it, so
It's
to
so
give you an
hard
idea,
to
to do a 3DS, to stream from like a 3DS, you would have to drop about $250. Like I think a modded 3DS is about $480 with an HDMI out on it.
Oh man.
So, because you have to actually have a custom board put in that'll kind of mimic everything. And there was
Yeah.
a guy in Salt Lake that actually did that, but if you go to his website, it says he's sold out because I think Nintendo has pretty much shut down a lot of the board manufacturers. So, good luck. 'Cause
Interesting.
I've been wanting to stream Pokemon since I started streaming, and I haven't found the cash or the means.
I'm really glad
Let's
you
say-
haven't.
Yeah. Well, I feel like is there like capture card technology or something you could use if you like used like a GameCube a mod?
Maybe the closest we've seen is we had a buddy who actually like mounted a webcam on like a stand and set the system like perfectly placed and just like did like a video stream that way. But anybody that's actually streaming off of a 3DS is using a modified board that's actually been installed.
Anyways,
Oh my
So,
gosh,
moving past-
Ostrich Island. What is this? It came out like a week ago.
Okay.
Escape from Paradise. You take pictures of ostriches.
so hey Mandy, apparently you sound hot. That's what chat says. Mandy sounds hot from ALEG 4188888. It's probably Steve trolling us. Just to let you know.
Probably.
Or your
Probably.
husband.
Or maybe it's the guy from GameStop.
Maybe it's a
You
guy.
never
Ah.
So, anyways, so the whole point to this is that get online, find us this weekend. I will post on my Twitter page, which is at Chuck Sweat, when I'm going to be on playing this shitty game. Make sure you get on, participate with the crowd, and probably Vance. I might try to figure out a way for Vance to talk over the top of whatever I'm doing if I can.
I might
So-
just come over and hang out.
We might do that. That'd be
That'd
fun.
be fun.
Yeah. It's going to be really terrible. I'm really not excited. But anyways, we are wrapping this up, and we really appreciate you watching. Find us at Chuck Sweat, at A Hastings 47, at Thomas Winkley, at The Diplomat, at Mandy on Twit. If you're looking at the goddamn screen, you can see everybody's stuff.
Oh, let
So
me go turn Vance's Twitter back on.
at what? Is that what
At
it is?
Rogue Nola Roll.
Rogue Nola Roll.
I lost a bet.
You did. I can't even fucking say it right. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good week.
Hey.